Hello, we're trying this. I haven't used this mic in a while. This is me attempting to write a first draft of this story that I'm starting. It's currently Untitled Princess. That's what it's called. Mostly because I don't have a name for it, but it's not a bad name actually. It's actually on theme with the story the shape of the story that is right now. Anyways, this project is kind of a first for me in that I am writing this first draft based on an outline I have. I have an outline. I don't normally outline. I'm a pantser. I like being a pantser, but I'm really busy. I have a busy life. I'm a busy lady. So I don't have the time to wander around like I like to do when pantsing a story. So I need a game plan, basically, in order to get this written, in order for it to happen. I need a game plan. I need an outline to follow. So how this started was I tried pantsing a couple different stories and they went nowhere fast. It was not great. So I'm like, okay, I need a game plan. I need an outline. I went into my folder of ideas, which we talked about in last video. Went into my folder of ideas and I pulled out something that had something of an outline already started. This story had some kind of outline. So I was reading it and I was like, this is not a book. This is a series. So I broke it down into, I think, 5. So it's got 5 major arcs, which would be 5 books. So we're working on book 1. I think the hardest part right now at the moment is I don't have a lot of world building done. I need to spend time doing that. But I really wanted to get the story moving so I get a feel for the main character in particular. And I really wasn't sure where to start the story. That's also my struggle all the time, because a fully fleshed out character doesn't just like show up at the beginning. Like, they exist and then the story happens. So it's kind of sometimes like trying to figure out like, okay, where does this story actually start? Anyways, we'll see how that goes. I will update you on how that is going. The draft currently stands at 1,554 words, which is not bad. I want to get a few more done today, a little bit more done today, but we're heading towards dinner time and I should go help with that. Also, if that's all I get done today, that's fine too. Let's see how it goes. Check back in probably tomorrow. TBD. Bye!
Really quick before the kids wake up. Got up early to write some words. Got 612 in 20 minutes. And I'm gonna stop because I have to introduce a little bit of romance and it's not my strong suit, so I need to... Okay. I hear the children. That's it for now.
This vlog has become something I didn't intend, and that's okay. I'm kind of a mess this morning. I woke up with a headache that began last night. I'm drinking my coffee and I'm having my breakfast. I said I would update, and here we are updating. This will be final update of this vlog? Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. So this vlog has become week 1 of me using an outline as a pantser. So this is kind of my final update for I just cannot sit still today. Not a lot of writing gets done typically on the weekends, but that's okay. So the update is so the progress that happened was like I got an outline out. I started drafting. Then I reevaluated that outline and realized this outline it was not a complete novel. This outline consisted of maybe act 1, not a full novel. I was suspicious of that when I finished it. And then just like as I kept thinking about the story and started drafting and was chatting with my husband about it, I was just like, oh, this isn't a full outline. So I was a little disappointed because I want to get going. I want to get drafting. I want to like start writing and start going, but I don't have a complete, like I don't even have an end yet of the outline. And I'm disappointed mostly that it's taking me longer than I expected because I want to get going. I want to get going. I want to get going. That's honestly why I'm a pantser, because I can just start writing and just start going. So I have a little bit, to be honest. I have started the draft a little bit, which is fine. And it's helping me, that beginning of the draft. I don't know if it will stay, but it is helping me get into these characters and figure them out. I definitely have a morning voice right now. It's still useful. So I am learning the outlining phase and the brainstorming phase, the pre-writing phase of being an outliner and being a planner. It takes more time than I expected, and I'm learning that, and I'm okay with that right now. I'm just a busy lady. I'm just busy. So it's been helpful to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. But oh yeah, I have an outline. I have a plan. And it's just really good and reassuring and kind of helping me process and think through and not be like trying to keep it all together. And honestly, I think it's why my previous 2 books that I've written kind of fall apart, is because I don't have an outline for them. So I didn't know where I was going. I don't think I can even now really give you a good summary of those 2 books because I never wrote an outline. And so I don't really have a great overall picture of those 2 stories because I never took the time to do that. So I'm like making myself take the time to do that this time. So it's feeling more coherent. It's feeling more complete. And even the parts where I'm like, I don't know if this works yet, like I'm okay with that. And I'm able to be like, no, that's okay. It's in a state where I can fix it. Like it reminds me of like when you're constructing like a house or a building. It's a lot easier to fix things before you put the drywall up when it's still just like posts everywhere. So that's my outline. It's all the 2x4s like outlining where the rooms are going to be and all that. And it's a lot easier to change things in that state than like when you have walls and paint and furniture in the house. Like that's really difficult. So that's what I'm trying to remind myself and to do. I don't know if I'm doing it well. Again, this is the first time I'm doing it. So, I mean, I'll keep you posted. It's also helpful. I've looked into like following story structures, which I usually don't do. I usually kind of just go with my gut, and I'm still kind of leaning that, but I am trying to make sure like, okay, am I hitting the points correctly? Are these arcs arcing? Is change happening? So that's kind of my checks and balances. The general update is I'm still outlining, I'm world building and outlining, and I'm finding it to be more challenging than I thought, considering I've written 2 books. That just tells me like those books need to stay in the chest, buried in the ground. Like there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but it's not killing the story like I thought it would. It's helping me slow down and think through things and make sure my world is more fully fleshed out before I jump into it, which tends to be a problem for me. I will wrap myself into a corner and be like, shoot, I didn't world build this well enough. I don't know if this works. So I'm kind of making myself do that ahead of time. I'm continuing to do that, continuing to outline and to world build alongside my outline and kind of, figure out, okay, why is this happening? Where are we? What's the history of it? And my favorite book is The Silmarillion. So I get really into the weeds of like why things are the way they are historically speaking. Like what has come before in this, not just like in this character's life, but like in the history of this nation or in the history of this land. Like why is this happening? And so it's also making me realize that I have never written a story this big, and I've really been afraid to do it because it's leaning I hate to say it out loud, it's leaning towards epic fantasy type of novel, which makes me so nervous. I have only ever written short, like very short, contained, small things. And so because I'm really intimidated by the grand sweeping epic, probably because Tolkien's my favorite and I don't want to do it wrong. I don't want to do it badly. So it's good that I am allowing myself the time to go slowly and just figure it out. So that's the update. This is the vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been very chit-chatty. I hope you all have a good week, and I will see you next time. Let me think. Maybe next time I will read you some of my old novels, my 2 novels that I said will stay in the trunk. Maybe we'll pull some of the good bits out, because there are some good bits that I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed writing, really enjoyed doing. So let me pull some of that out for next time. That might be fun. Until then, bye-bye.